And welcome back to the Tuned In podcast.
We're back, boys.
We are back. It's been 2 weeks.
That's right.
Which means we got double the games to talk about. Let's go.
That's right. Our souls are filled because of Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. Just honestly a good break.
Oh, yeah. It was a good break.
It just feels really nice just to be able to like fill your body with food to the very point of no turning back.
That's right.
And then just being able to relax and enjoy the time with family. So.
Spend time with people you love.
Oh, yeah.
America's greatest country in the world, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite dish for Thanksgiving?
Oh, man. Dude, I could put down gallons of mashed potatoes if you put them in front of me. I'm not a huge turkey guy,
if you can make mashed potatoes right, like, it's going to be half my plate usually.
Yeah. Is that your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, we got a really awesome episode as per usual today. Of course, we'll go over our past week's games. We'll talk about, we will, of course, award our player of the week. And then we'll go over our upcoming games. We have 4 games this coming week, or the coming 2 weeks. My apologies. And then we'll talk about some Jazz news, NBA news, kind of lumped together a little bit. Lots of players wanting to be traded, players being released. We'll talk about who we're watching in the NBA. And then we'll give you an update on our local sports, Mammoth, BYU, football, basketball. Find it all here. On today's episode.
Make sure to follow us on all the platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you can find us. Check out our past couple episodes. We've broken down every game of the Utah Jazz this year. Talked a lot about our rookies, about the state of the team. Make sure to check those out.
And this is episode 90 of Tuned In Jazz.
Well, we've got 2 weeks worth of games to break down, and let's say maybe quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of good, a lot of bad. We went 3 and 4, 3 and 4 with
a 2-game win streak in there. That's our first win streak of the year. Honestly, we've always had just 1 win.
Yeah, totally. I think the Jazz have been playing good basketball this year. We started a lot of games really hot. It gives us a lot to be excited about, but then we just kind of fall apart. But those are things you can fix, so feel pretty good. First loss game against the Lakers, it was a tight game. 108-106.
These first couple games are so long ago, it's like trying to jog your memory about it.
Yeah.
If I remember right, I feel like we had this game, but there was like some, I think, that's right. I think the very last play, Keontae like tripped and like maybe got pushed, maybe not, but regardless, like the refs didn't call it.
Yeah. I feel like if there's one thing we've learned over this last couple of weeks, this season, I really feel like our team comes and goes with how Keontae George plays. And we saw that in some of the games this week. You know, he's hit some big shots this year to win some games, but he's also had some rough moments like that have cost us some games. So
already a 3-time player of the week. Up until this point, he's been pretty much our breakout player. Everybody's talking about it.
Totally.
But even though we lost, he had a pretty good game, 27 points and 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Shoot shot above 40%, so very good shooting percentage. And I think it'll be a broken record with the next few games. We'll probably keep talking about him every time.
Totally. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, and then our boy Ace Bailey did not play super well in this one, just 10 points. I think in one of the later games against the Rockets, he fouled out pretty early, I want to say.
Yeah, I think he did.
So he's been doing all right, but we're seeing it grow.
Yeah, a little more consistency with his minutes, but it's still not where we would hope. I've seen Will already talk a little about how he has been trying to get into NBA shape, so maybe there's more going on behind the scenes that we didn't know about. But
yeah. And then going on to the next game, staying in, well, I guess going to California, even playing the Lakers in Utah, then going to California to play the Warriors. Lost by a good margin. Warriors pretty much had this game from the second quarter on, because we went off to like a little bit of lead in the first quarter and then just 41-20 in the second quarter, which was kind of hard to come back from.
Yeah, that's hard.
Any thoughts on this game just overall?
No, I mean, this is the type of game. I think teams with experience like the Warriors are not that great of a team this year. But, I mean, you can't compete with that kind of experience when you got such a young team, so just a tough loss. But
yeah, Steph Curry shot 17 threes this game.
Oh, my word.
He only made 6 out of 17, though, so I guess we got lucky. But, man, it's crazy he shoots 17 threes, and most people don't even shoot 17 shots.
Seriously. That's just Steph Curry for you.
Yeah.
That's what he'll do to you.
I'm just going to make sure to say it. Just make sure we say it that Keontae again. 28, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. Pretty good game from him again.
Yeah.
Shot well from the field.
Yeah, and then we go to probably, dare I say, the worst game of Keontae's career. The first Rockets game.
Yeah, that's why I made sure to say that before.
I saw something.
Or do you want to do the Kings game?
Oh, there's one in between? Okay,
yeah. We did beat the Kings. We don't want to forget that.
That's right. We got to talk about the wins.
I know.
That's right. Yeah, Keontae, 31 points. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Nurkic just pretty consistently turning into a double-double guy. Well, I guess he's always been this player, but 11 rebounds, 9 assists. Pretty impressive.
This was one of the games I was pretty locked into this past week, and it just seemed like the Kings can't play defense. To be honest, like it was pretty easy for Keontae or Lowry to score, and then our team in general just kind of flowed well on offense. And then the Kings offense is pretty good, but once you take out Zach LaVine, sometimes things don't really go so well. So he can only do so much. Yeah, 34, great game from him, but aside from Zach LaVine, it was kind of hard for them to like get consistent.
I feel like against teams like the Kings, it's like as long as you can avoid allowing the Keegan Murrays of the world from popping off, because that's happened to us before.
I know when he had 12 threes against us.
Yeah, he was like 12 for 12 or something. It was crazy. But good win for the Jazz. 128 points. Our offense is moving. I mean, it's pretty consistent throughout all the games last couple weeks. Up in the 120s, 130s, so pretty impressive.
Probably the best game of the week for Bryce Sensabaugh as well. 20 points off the bench. Killer game from him.
Totally.
Now we can get to that Rockets game that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some stats that was talking about how this was like the worst game in NBA history. That's probably an exaggeration, but 0 points, 0 for 6, 8 turnovers, minus 27 on the floor. You can't get much worse than that. That's a off night, we'll say.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
I guess you do have like that Tony Snell game where he's just got zeros across the board in like 28 minutes, but at least he didn't have any turnovers.
I guess there's that didn't James Harden have like a playoff game where he had like 12 turnovers or something like that?
Oh, sure. I'm sure LeBron's had that too.
Yeah, but I guess he's James Harden, so he probably did a lot of other foul baiting, so. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked. Like Keontae didn't get to the line at all this game.
Yeah.
Like normally he gets at least like 6 free throws, maybe 10.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. And honestly, like our team in general did not get to the foul line. Nope. Lowry did, but aside from that, not a lot.
Yeah, and I'll say, I think, I don't have a lot of confidence that there's any team in the NBA who's going to beat the Thunder in a 7-game series, but the Rockets, when I watch them, it works. I mean, and they're still just still learning how to work together. KD, you can't throw a player like KD in and just like it automatically works.
Especially if the Thunder have an injury to either Chet or Hartenstein, and Rockets just bully him down low with their size.
So it'll be interesting. I mean, I still think that they need a point guard. That's kind of their glaring issue still.
Reed Shepard's been pretty good.
He's been playing really well.
So
Thompson just controls the defense, and Şengün is just so underrated. I mean, just a great player, all-star caliber player. So
yeah, Aaron Holiday was playing for them these last games we played, and he was actually pretty decent too. So even their role players are like good role players.
Yeah. They even have like, I always think it's funny when I watch them because they got that Steven Adams Clint Capella duo that just comes in and is a bully when they need it. So
it works.
Yeah,
it works.
And Steven Adams was plus 24 in this game, so he comes in and makes a difference on the floor. So yeah, they're a really good team, but only good for
one game. Yeah, because we went beat them the next time, right?
Yes, sir.
I love this game for a couple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I guess first of all, we didn't have the lead the whole game here.
No.
Like we went down a little bit in the second quarter and third quarter, and then we finally went on this run. Or I guess mostly in the second quarter we went on this run, and we kept the lead throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah.
One of the big signs of a young team is blowing a lead, right?
Yeah.
You feel too confident, you get ahead, and it just a veteran team knows that the game's not ever over until like the end. And so I really loved every time the Rockets were like just pushing back, the Jazz had an answer, and it even got to the point where we were only up by 1 point, but the Jazz still had an answer. And a lot of that was Keontae and Lowry, just that duo, just continually being able to score in the clutch when you need them. But I think a little bit of that is just Keontae and a couple of our players being more mature and knowing how to keep a lead and not blow it at the very end. Even though we almost did. Yeah. It was 1 point, but we did keep the lead.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I think usually in sports, I'm not a huge fan of taking moral victories. You know, like I feel like that's kind of lame. Like teams that are always just trying to find something to be happy about. But in our case, like we're rebuilding. Things haven't quite gone how we hoped in the rebuild, but these are type of games where you like, I think you can really take stuff from. You're like, man, we like bounced back. It would have been easy for us to just lay down after they beat us the night before, but we came back and fought hard, and almost everybody had a better game than they did the night before. So I just think a great game overall for the Jazz.
Yeah, and I think I can't remember if this or another game, but our bench has really stepped up. Just like doing it by committee, not just one guy, but a group of guys. Just like Popowski 12 points, Clayton 8 points, Love 11 points. Like that adds up, right? Totally. Between the three of those guys, that's like a 30 ball. So I don't know. It's just like I think there's been a couple games this week where the bench has kind of done it by committee and helped us out.
Yeah, totally. And Keontae bounced back 28, 8 and 4.
A lot better than 0.
Yeah, we'll just ignore the 6 turnovers because that's just I guess he has the ball in his hands a lot. But
yeah, I mean 13 turnovers as a team isn't as bad as it could be.
Yeah. So great bounce back game for him. Great bounce back for the Jazz in general. So
yeah, and then we're almost done with those slated games. 2 more. We actually won our second game in a row, first win streak of the year. Took care of business against the Nets, or honestly not even the Nets. I don't know what you want to call it. It doesn't seem like an NBA team. No. They didn't even have Michael Porter. Yeah, so that made it even harder.
We outscored them by 22 in the fourth quarter, which is crazy.
Yeah, we're basically going up against Jaeger Demon.
Yeah, I got to see our boy Jaeger.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of weird hearing. I guess we were saying his name wrong the entire time. He's at BYU because I was trying to figure out who the announcers were talking about when they were saying D-Omen. And I'm like,
yeah, I forgot about
that.
But
then I forgot that he had said that we were all saying it wrong. And I was like, I forgot that's his name.
Yeah.
Anyways, but they were without Michael Porter this game, which I think really helped because he's been kind of balling this year for them. I think he might be an all-star even though they're really bad.
It reminds me of when Cam Johnson was on the Nets. I mean, they just swap places. It's like the same thing.
Yeah. But good win for the Jazz. It's a game we should win. We want to win the games we should, so take it.
Good game for Keontae and Lowry again. 30 each, or 29 for Keontae, 30 for Lowry, and 10 assists for Keontae as well. It's pretty good.
Really impressive. Ace didn't play great, but I think a lot of stuff Ace doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's kind of a lazy argument, but I really love the effort he puts in on defense. He's so long. He just impacts stuff.
Yeah, he's able to get blocks and steals
closes out really well. Yeah. So stat-wise, if you look at it, he didn't have the greatest game, but I'm not too worried about it. Pretty good so far.
Walter Clayton, 13 points off the bench.
Yes, sir.
Plus 22 plus minus in this game, so he was there for a lot of those runs that we were going on.
Yeah.
Good to see him doing well. And then this is interesting. We haven't seen these guys play much this couple weeks, but Cody Williams and Taylor Hendricks both had playing time. Not much happened because they only played like 6 or 8 minutes each, but they did get out there and play. Always the question, right? What's going to end up happening with Cody and Taylor? But at least they got out there a little bit this week because other games they weren't. And then Cody Williams has actually been in the G League. He's averaging, I think, like 16 or 17 points a game down there. Yeah. Shooting a little bit better from 3, like 30% or 35%.
At this point, do you think he's still fighting for his NBA career? Or do you think he's just trying to get his stock up to get another contract? As far as what the Jazz see him as?
I think for how Andrew sees him as is I don't think he has any stock left, and this is his last year. Yeah. I know that sounds a little bit harsh, but it's just what I see on the court. But I think in the Jazz's eyes, I think they still believe a little bit in him.
I think, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. I've kind of moved on. I still believe in Taylor, though. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Because I think he just really hasn't had the opportunity.
Totally agree.
And maybe that could be something, like you say, behind the scenes in practice or whatever. But I don't know. I just think he's got such good potential.
Yeah, I agree. I think Cody, I still believe that Cody has like the skill set to be so good. But just we're 20-something games in the season. He still hasn't even really cracked the rotation regularly.
Elijah Harkless has been playing harder than both of those guys, arguably.
I think the only hope that he has of getting another NBA contract is if we have if the Thunder pick him up as like a kind of like an Antetokounmpo contract where you're like, oh, here's your brother, keep you happy, and we have extra money to spend because we're the Thunder,
Yeah, I mean, they don't have to gain that much.
Yeah, they don't really. So I don't know. I think that's his only hope. I think he's playing for his NBA career right now. I agree with you. He's down if he doesn't get things figured out. So pretty unfortunate for him, but. And then that brings us to our last game against the Knicks last night. Pretty rough game.
Did you see how this one started?
Yeah, was it 23-0 before we scored?
Yeah, that's an awful way to start a game.
Horrible, yeah. The Knicks are a great team. It is what it is, I guess. But
this is kind of what I expected.
Yeah.
The Knicks are rolling right now. They're doing well. It's hard when you're also on the road.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize, but the Jazz road record is like 2-8, and their home record is 6-6. So we're much better at home. So on the road against the great team, the Knicks, it's going to be hard for us.
Interestingly enough, Jordan Clarkson was tied for the most minutes in this game with Jalen Brunson. Jordan Clarkson had 16 points. I guess it was a revenge game. Not really. He doesn't really have revenge on us, but it was cool to see him play. He fits with the Knicks, I think. I like that fit.
Honestly, he fits with any team. As long as he gets his shots off the bench, he'll fit.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think Tom Thibodeau is happy that he has a guy that he can play 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
Off his bench.
In the non-Jalen Brunson minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, non-Karl-Anthony Towns minutes. Yeah. Yeah, so.
Yeah, do you think the Knicks are the team to beat in the East?
I would say so, but there's some, Raptors, Pistons, those teams look pretty good.
Yeah, Pistons are probably the other team I'd consider.
Yeah, but I don't know if I believe in the Pistons that much because of the Pistons, but they do look really good, so we'll see. I know it's not the Bucks, unfortunately.
Yeah, but, it's fair.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to our player of the week. I feel like at this point sometimes it's kind of just like a throw a dart between Lowry and Keontae. I'm just kidding.
Honestly, not bad.
And I don't mean to be lazy because I know he's gotten a lot lately, but I'm gonna have to go with Keontae George this week.
I love it.
I just think I really loved the Rockets sequence that we saw where it was like pretty historically bad game, probably the worst game he'll ever have. And then you bounce back and just have a really great game. I think he was like 28, 8, and 5 or something. Like just a really.
And that's just been all week, 28, 8, and 5.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting up all-star numbers. I think he's going to get left out because of how crowded the Western All-Stars is going to be, but he is playing at such a high level. I think the Jazz come and go with how he plays. Lowry can have an off-shooting night, but I think if Keontae's moving the ball, he's not turning it over, we win games, and that's what we saw in almost half our games this week, so give it to Keontae.
I totally agree. I think he's deserved every player of the week we've given him so far, just because of the breakout season that he's having, and I think that puts him up to 4-time player of the week. Clearly leading. I think Lowry and Ace both have 1, and Keontae has 4, so there you have it. I think the number one thing from Keontae is, seems like 25-plus points is kind of becoming a lot more normal for him.
Yeah.
And on better efficiency than what we've seen from him in the past. And I know that 0-point game is a little concerning, but it seems like I can count on 20-plus from Keontae on a given night.
Yeah, totally agree. Which is crazy because I feel like 2 months ago we were talking about Keontae almost as like this is a do or die year.
Yeah, seriously. And I thought he was going to be a bench player. For real. I thought it was a cool year in sense of
we thought Clayton would be the starter by the end of the year, but I don't think that's going to be the case at this point.
Yeah, and he's been a point guard. He hasn't been a shooting guard. Really.
Yeah, he looks like a point guard too.
Yeah, he's passing the ball.
Well, hopefully he plays well in some of our upcoming games this week. So we got a tough week of games. We start tomorrow, Sunday, versus the Thunder here at home. Thunder just on another level. What do you feel like? What do you feel about the Thunder game?
Well, I mean, they're 22-1. Yeah. And I don't think they're going to take their second loss to the Jazz. So I'm going to say I've learned my lesson from the last game. I'm going to say lose by 24.
Ooh, okay.
Big margin.
Big swing. Yeah, I'm kind of similar boat. I'm going to say lose by 15. I'll be able to work through with my number. But yeah, it's the Thunder. I mean, the pace that they're on is pretty insane. I don't even like they're going to break that record barring any kind of injuries. But they've had injuries up to this point with their second best players. So I don't know. Yeah, they're special. So yeah, it's going to be a big loss, I think, unfortunately.
Then the next game, Friday, a road game, right? So it's going to be a little tougher against the Grizzlies. What do you think with that? The Grizzlies are currently 10-13. Yeah. They've won a couple games getting up in the standings because they had a rough start. Yeah,
I think the Grizzlies are still a good team. They're just they're just not good in the West. It's like, as John Morant would probably not say. I'm going to say Jazz lose by 5. I can see this being a good game. Maybe Jazz get up early, but then the Grizzlies just more experience come back at the end and win it. So lose by 5.
I'm going to say a close win. Okay. I think this is a road win that we can do. Okay. I'm going to say the Jazz win by 3.
Ooh,
so close.
Okay.
Even though the Grizzlies have been kind of winning games this past couple weeks, these are their wins. The Kings, the Clippers, the Pelicans, the Mavericks, the Kings, and then they lost. And then the Mavericks. Yeah. So it's like all their wins have been against like crappy teams. So I don't think their record is as good as we really think it is. And
yeah, I agree.
I know we're not the greatest team either, but I think we could maybe get a road win against them.
Yeah, totally agree. It takes us to next Monday. We got some crazy week for both of us. So we're going to do 2 weeks worth of games here. So next Monday we play the Mavericks at home. Cooper Flagg and company coming to town. I'll start. I think this is going to be our win of the week. This is my win of the week.
Okay. Win of the 2 weeks?
Yeah, I guess I didn't have win of the week this week, but yeah, I think we can beat the Mavericks. I don't know. I think Cooper Flagg's playing a lot better. I watched the game the other day of the Mavericks, and they
beat the Nuggets in Denver.
Yeah, and I think Cooper Flagg's pretty clearly their best player, which we already kind of knew, but he's finally starting to come into like, well, this is why he's the number 1 pick. So I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to predict Jazz win. I think we can pull it out. So 1 by 4.
I like it. I also see Anthony Davis is playing.
Yeah.
So like he's going to probably be out there.
Yeah.
And then also, I don't know if you've been seeing Ryan Nembhard, Andrew Nembhard's brother. Mm-hmm. He's been playing very well for them, kind of as like just a great point guard, kind of like Tyus Jones, Chris Paul kind of build.
Yeah.
And so they've been playing pretty well, but I don't think they've been playing well enough. Nope. So I'm going to say the Jazz win by 10.
Ooh, okay.
Jazz are much better at home, and I think if the Mavericks are the team coming in, I think we can handle that.
Yeah, I agree. That takes us to Jazz play the Lakers the next Thursday. Man, we played the Lakers a lot, really. This is our third game.
Yeah, I mean, we only get them 4 times, so we're almost done.
And I'm pretty sure our last game is with the Lakers, like our last game of the season, just because I remember that was the one where ticket prices were going up because of LeBron's announcement thing.
Yeah.
So it's our last game with the Lakers before the end of the season, so kind of interesting. I'm going to say the Jazz lose by 10. I think this is Lakers are a good team too. Unfortunately, the West is just very, very top heavy, and I think it's going to be tough for them to win in the playoffs, but they're a good team, so.
I'm going to be kind of similar. I'm going to say the Jazz lose by 7.
Okay, fair enough.
And yeah, it's a good Lakers team, even though we're at home. They've been taking care of business against us.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you remember, historically, LeBron's record in Utah is not great.
No.
So, this is a different Jazz team than in the past. But I do think it's not going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And also, do you think the Lakers have any chance to beat the Thunder?
In the playoffs now? I don't even know. I mean, I think the Nuggets and the Rockets might put up a fight. They'll probably win 2 games. But I just don't think any team can beat the Thunder. They're just so insanely good.
Maybe the Lakers make it to the conference finals, but maybe not past that is what you think. I could get behind that.
I'd probably still put the Lakers on the same tier as the Wolves. I think the Wolves are a good team.
Low-key, the Spurs could be in that tier now.
Yeah,
if they do that.
Depending on what happens with the Giannis thing, which we'll talk about in a moment. Some team could jump up there and be Thunder level, but it would take a lot, I think. So it would take a Giannis, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to that, actually. So your boy Giannis, the Bucks.
Oh, man.
Not on good terms.
I don't overreact, but I do think things are heating up. The trade deadline's coming in the next couple months, and I think he could get traded.
Yeah.
I'd probably actually say there's a better chance. Like maybe 60% he gets traded.
Yeah.
40% he stays. Still 40% he stays is pretty good, but we'll see.
Yeah, what I was like listening to some sports radio, and they were talking about how apparently what happened is Giannis told the Bucks he wasn't happy, and they gave him permission to go seek a trade. So it wasn't even like the Bucks are like actively talking. They're just like, you and your agent go get a team to give us an offer, and we'll like accept or not. So I don't know. I used to really love Giannis, and I still really do love his play. I just feel like he's turned into kind of a diva, which I don't really like. I mean, he signed this big contract with the Bucks. He didn't have to do that. Nobody forced him to. And then he like kind of forced them to go get Dame Lillard and trade away like the guys that won a championship with him, like Drew Holiday and Brook Lopez. So I don't know. It's just kind of disappointing for me. I think he hasn't handled that all very great. But
I could see that. And I do think the Bucks have done everything they can for this guy.
Totally. They don't have any future.
I know. And as a small market team, like,
Yeah.
it's tough to please your superstar and everything. But I mean, as a Bucks fan, you still gotta say, like, you got your championship from Giannis,
And
right?
the Bucks,
Like,
too.
he did his thing for your city. And so even if he does end up getting traded,
Yeah.
you have that forever.
Yeah.
Like, let's just get that straight for a minute, that he brought you a championship. And so, while you may be right, like, he did kind of force the roster to go a certain way, I think.
Yeah.
I think seeing him on a better team as an NBA fan is something that I wouldn't mind, as long as it's not a Thunder team,
Yeah.
you know, like, as long as it's a balanced team that he goes to. I think that's something as a fan
I'm
that I
hearing
would like to
Spurs
see.
as a rumor. Him and Wemby would
That would be insane. That kind of
insane.
reminds me of like DeMarcus Cousins and AD, but on steroids.
Yeah, the Greek freak and the alien playing together is just insane.
Yeah, maybe not that. Maybe not the Thunder, but I'd love to see him somewhere else.
Man, yeah.
But I do think you're right. Like the Bucks they've done everything for him. And,
Totally.
It's hard to see like a small market team lose on something like that. So.
Yeah, totally.
But that being said, the Jazz could trade for our boy Giannis. Like, it's possible.
I'm not sure
We've got
this
the
would be his
assets.
choice, but I think we do have the assets. Yeah, I mean the contracts will get a little rough. There's some guys we'd have to part with, but yeah, for that reason we came up with our best. We used ESPN Trade Machine. I think he used Fanspo, right?
Yeah.
To come up with our best Jazz trades for Giannis, best packages. Why don't you start? Who would you send to the Bucks for the Jazz?
Okay, I wonder if you'll have Lowry in your trade or not.
Yeah.
I actually tried to do a trade without Lowry.
Okay.
Because I think if we could get Giannis, Lowry, and Keontae together, the rest should be like it should be fine if we got rid of some other guys.
I was trying to decide how Lowry and Giannis would fit, but I guess Lowry kind of was a stretch guy. So it might be pretty good.
So my trade, I put in Yusuf Nurkic because of the money. He's making $20 million.
Yep.
And then I actually put in Ace Bailey. Because I think if they're going to trade Giannis, they need your best young player.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I feel. Then I also threw in Isaiah Collier, so another promising young piece. I was thinking either him or Filipowski, whichever one they want.
Yeah.
And then I put in 3 first-round picks.
Ooh.
I put in the 2026 like Cleveland's pick, and I put in I want to say it's the 2029 Lakers pick, top 4 protected from them. And then I also gave them our 2030 pick, and then 2027 or 2023 swap with them, and then 2027 pick. So 3 first-round picks and a pick swap, and Nurkic, Ace Bailey, and Collier.
Okay, interesting.
Would you accept that if you were the Bucks?
I mean, I would. The 3 first helps. I mean, they don't have a lot of
And a
picks.
swap, right? So it's a lot of picks.
And I think Ace Bailey's the type of piece. I kind of agree with you. You'll see in some of my trades. I think it's either got to be Ace or Lowry. They need a piece back. And so Ace is a guy you could build around if he hits his potential. So I like that. It's not bad.
All right, how many trades do you have?
I have 2.
Okay.
My first one, I also did try to do one without Lowry, but my first one does include Lowry. So I got Lowry, Markkanen, and Isaiah Collier, which I think is great value for his contract at $2 million.
And he needs a bigger opportunity now. Keontae's popping off. So
I'm going to go Lowry and Isaiah Collier. I'm also trading that Lakers first round pick in 2027, the top 4 protected, and our Cleveland pick swap in 2028. So 2 picks and 2 great players for Giannis. Now that I'm looking at, it looks kind of small, but I think that would do it for me.
And I mean, Lowry's got a lot of value.
Absolutely.
And Isaiah's like a building block.
Totally. I think if you had a starting lineup that included Lowry, Miles Turner, and Isaiah Collier, and then you have some other pieces like Kuzma and whatever Kuzma's worth nowadays, but they have some pieces, so it might work. But,
and also, I think something to mention, Giannis is making $50 million, so matching that's kind of hard, but we do have this trade exception from John Collins.
Yeah.
That honestly, I'm not 100% sure how trade exceptions work all the time, but I'm pretty sure that those $18 million in that trade exception should help us a little bit.
Totally. Yeah. What do you have for your second trade?
I actually don't have a second trade.
Okay.
I just did that first one.
Okay.
But basically, my goal of the trade is I'll give you any of our young players, probably 2 of them. Nurkic just got to be in there for the money.
Yeah.
And then like 3 or 4 picks is kind of what I'm thinking.
I like that.
And I feel like you're right. Like it's either Lowry or Ace to get that value.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling. My second one, honestly, my preference is to move Lowry. I mean, I know we've talked about this forever, like Ace, but I think mine without Lowry, it would be Ace Bailey, Yusuf Nurkic for the contracts he's making 20, like you talked about, Taylor Hendricks, which I'd hate to part with, and then we'd have to throw in that $18 million.
I mean, they could take Cody Williams too if you want.
Yeah, we'll just throw him in there. We'll just sign Mo Bamba again, throw him in there. It'll help. And then we'd probably have to move both of our 27 picks, and then I probably would throw in our 30 or 29 first round picks. That'd be 3 firsts. Ace and Taylor are both really young guys. Helps the Bucks like have a future without like the rebuild, which they don't currently have. So, do I think any of these trades would ever happen? No, but I think it's kind of fun to talk about. So,
here's a question for you: if we were trading for a guy like Giannis, would you rather give up more young players or give up more picks?
Probably more picks. I mean, the Jazz just have like, I honestly think we're kind of like done with picks. Like, I don't know how many more like late first round guys we can add to the roster, And also, clearly Giannis wants to win right now. So, I mean, you need some guys to play around him. So, I would probably opt for picks, but what do you feel?
I actually feel like it's kind of cool. Like our picks have so much value to where like it's almost the same value as some of our young players.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah.
So like
all of them are more valuable than Cody Williams. Even
that's true. He has no value. But I do think like you can kind of choose like would I rather give a pick or would I rather give one of our young guys?
Yeah.
And I think personally I would actually consider giving a couple. I guess it depends on the young player, right, and what we're getting back. But I feel like if we're getting a big piece, we can trade those young guys for more veterans, and I think it's worth it.
Totally.
And then we can still have picks on top of it, kind of like the Thunder are doing, where they have their core, and then they just have all these picks that they still have, where they just keep adding talent. And I think that would be pretty neat. So I actually wouldn't mind giving a couple extra young players, but as long as we get veterans on the roster in return.
Yeah, I totally agree. And honestly, I think by far our most valuable pick is that 2031 Phoenix pick.
Yeah.
Unprotected.
They have no picks forever.
Devin Booker's 31? There's no, like, at some point, I mean, 31 is 6 years from now. So you're still, I mean, I think that's a really valuable pick. So if you could make a trade without throwing that pick in, that would be, I think, ideal. So, yeah, I really like that.
And honestly, that 2027 Lakers pick could be good. I mean, that was before the Luka trade, right?
Yeah, depends.
But it still could be decent. You never know what happens.
Yeah. These pick swaps get a little, like, messy because now we got, like, them moving multiple places and it all depends on different
teams. And
So.
honestly, our pick this year, pretty valuable.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Thunder don't get that from us.
Yep. So, and then if we get out of or if we're in the top 8 this year, then our pick swap with OKC expires our protection. So hopefully, well, I don't know, we're kind of too late probably. So
yeah, we've gotten close to giving it to him the last couple of years, but finally we'll be able to
kind of on the brink this
move
year.
on from that. I think that was the Derek Favors trade.
I think so. Yeah, it's crazy that it's gone on that long. Well, lots going on around the league. What have you been watching? Who have you been watching around the association?
Honestly, I haven't been watching too much outside the Jazz,
Yeah.
for being real. But kind of some teams that have been looking pretty good. It looks like the Magic are kind of getting back onto a better footing. Desmond Bane's been looking a little better. And then honestly, I've been a little disappointed. I've been watching my Bucks a little bit, and they just haven't been playing well. Giannis is out currently, and they're not a good team without Giannis. Like they really can't do much.
Yeah.
So yeah, honestly, and then the Pistons, they've been consistently doing well. Even though we thought like maybe they just got off to a hot start, it's kept up. So we'll see how long it can keep up.
Yeah.
The Bulls' hot start did not keep up. They're already like out of the play-in right now.
Yeah.
So
a situation I've been watching that's just I think is kind of scary for the entire NBA. The Clippers, the Thunder have their pick, and the Clippers are so bad. I mean, they're 6 or 17. They're not the worst record in the NBA anymore, but they were for about a week. And of course they just released Chris Paul. Honestly, I'm not a huge Chris Paul fan. I think he complains a lot, but he is a winner. So I'm sure that the reason that he was tripping so much is because they're just a bunch of losers right now. They're not playing.
And it's weird because we thought they'd be a playoff team.
Yeah, we really did. So I just think I'll be praying for the Clippers, not because I like the Clippers, but because I don't want to see.
We're all Clippers fans right now, right?
If I have to watch Darren Peterson or AJ Devonsa play for the Thunder, I think I might be done with the NBA because this is getting ridiculous.
Loki, I think that's I don't know. I think Thunder fans would be ticked, but I feel like that's something Adam Silver could veto.
I would hope so,
right? Like we can't have the champions like add to Darren Peterson.
Yeah,
so.
Can you imagine if they go they're 78-4 and then they get AJ Devonsa and you're like, what the?
That's one instance where like rigging the lottery actually makes sense.
Yeah. So,
but just be public about it. Like, we're not letting the Thunder get a top 5.
Yeah. So I'll be watching that. I hope the Clippers can get it together at least a little. Like, I think they're going to be a lottery team still, but if you can get to the back of the lottery, that would be appreciated because the NBA is counting on it. So.
Yeah, we're all fans of James Harden currently.
Big Kawhi Leonard fan. All 12 games that he plays this year.
I actually do like Zubac. He's my dude. He's on my fantasy team last year.
The Clippers do have some dogs. I mean, you got Norman Powell still there, right?
No, he's on the Heat. That's probably one reason why they're doing bad because they miss him.
Yeah,
John Collins and Chris Dunn.
Yeah, those are guys. Big pieces for them. Yeah. So, yeah, unfortunate. Chris Paul gets released. Apparently, they're going to try to find a trade for him before December. I think it was like 15th, and then he'll just be released if they can't find a trade. So. I don't know what team he fits on. I hope he gets to play.
He used to play on the Thunder. Do you think he could go there?
I guess so.
They don't need him around.
I was thinking about the Rockets at point guard, but Chris Paul's just not really playing at a level that he would start.
He wouldn't. Reed Shepard's probably going to start over him.
Yeah. So I don't know. You probably have to. I don't even know what kind of situation he'd fit in because he's like he would be a good leader, but it would have to be on a team that's like got a good culture already.
The Lakers maybe. I don't think he'd play that much, but he could just join the team.
I can't imagine him and Luka would be. Luka's just kind of a clown. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like at least if LeBron can kind of be a mediator.
That's true. Yeah.
Chris Paul, because they probably agree on a lot of things.
That's true. That was another thing I was watching. I don't know if you saw, but LeBron's 10-point streak ended.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, isn't it like a 20-year streak or something?
Yeah, it was like 1,227 games or something. And I think the way that it ended was kind of cool. I don't know if you saw, but they were tied. He made the pass to the corner. Could have had the shot, probably extended the streak, but he made the right pass. Lakers won the game. That's just LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron always passes to the open guy. Yeah, that's just who he is.
Great player. So.
Yeah, and I think it's a good way to end the streak. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think that anyone's touching that streak.
Nope.
So like the fact that it ended is fine. Like it was gonna happen eventually, and it's pretty untouchable.
Yeah, I don't even think LeBron has anything else to prove to anybody. Just what he's doing, and the fact that he's even a playable player at year 23 is just insane.
Yeah, you remember Vince Carter? Yeah. He didn't even get to that many years, but he was like just bench sitting, and that's my guy. That's my guy. Yeah. But even he wasn't really doing much, and he played the longest amount of seasons, but nothing close to what LeBron's doing.
No, Giannis has him sat for like his last 4 seasons in the Heat. So kind of crazy. Mammoth heating up a little again.
Hey, 2-game win streak, yeah.
Their last was it the Ducks? They beat 6-0, I think it was.
Yeah, 7-0 actually. Yeah.
And then last night they had a really good win as well.
Vancouver Canucks.
Canucks, that's right.
Don't ask me what a Canuck is, but we beat them.
I think we're still in the hunt for the wild card. We fell down quite a bit from where we were. 14-12-3 is our record at the current moment, but we're only a point or a couple points behind the Wild. The Stars are 12 points ahead of us, so it's a little bit to get up out of the wild card. But
we've also played more games than a lot of the teams around us, so we got to kind of wait for them to play theirs, and they might pass us. So we got to win our next games, right? It's always how it is.
Yeah, but they're looking really good. It's kind of fun to still be in the playoff hunt. I'm glad that we're at least that good of a team. It could be worse. We could be the Coyotes. So
yeah, that's true. And I mean, I'll just read off some stats. It's kind of cool. Clayton Keller's leading us in points. 26 points, 9 goals, 17 assists. Mitch Schmaltz 25, 11 goals, 14 assists. Cooley, our cool guy, 23 points, 14 goals, 9 assists. So we've got, and then Gunther and Peterka, right? So it's like just a stacked like front unit.
Yeah,
I've been loving watching them.
I don't know if you saw too. I don't think we have had a chance to talk about this. So Clayton Keller's dad died. It was a week and a half ago, something like that. And like multiple teams in the NHL like to attribute to his dad, which I thought was really cool. Like we don't really see that in a lot of other sports. Unfortunately that's like a part of life. Parents are going to die eventually. So it's like cool to see like sportsmanship. Even though hockey's kind of a rough sport, so I wouldn't expect that from hockey fans, but it's pretty cool that they would do that. So
yeah, and I mean the one hockey game I went to, they did like a hockey for cancer night.
Oh really?
And it was dope. All the fans like could have written like a name of a person for the jumbotron, like I'm fighting for them. And it just seems like even though hockey fans like get riled up, like they come together.
That's all love at the end of the day. Totally. What's not all love? Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It is all love. We don't really have beef with Texas Tech.
They're just standing in the way of us maybe making the playoff for the first time.
Which is so ridiculous. Oh, I feel like I've had this conversation so much this week. We should be in the playoffs at 11-1.
Like, hasn't that been like true like for the past 10 years? Like if you're an 11-1 Big 12 team, you're just in.
Yep. And every metric that the committee claims that they use says that BYU should be in. We have better strength of record than Oregon, Notre Dame, and I think it was
either Alabama or
Oklahoma. I can't remember. We have better strength, or we have at least comparable strength of record to a lot of those teams. Our best win is better than Notre Dame's best win. Utah's better than USC. Yeah. So it's like any metric you use, you're like, it's an 11-1 Power 4 team. Like it shouldn't matter. Like we should be in. But anyways, we got some business to take care of today this morning. So
yeah, and I mean, you know, they're not going to say why they put BYU lower because they don't have a good reason.
No good reason
it's all money, it's all political, whatever it is. Yep. But BYU's definitely getting screwed.
Absolutely.
But if we win the Big 12 championship, we're in.
Yep.
That being said, it's going to be a tough game. Texas Tech plays. They literally could win the championship just with how good their defense is.
That's really good, yeah.
Especially their run defense, which honestly, that's kind of the biggest thing I'm looking for in this game is can BYU pass because Texas Tech's run defense is so good.
Yeah. And, I think I have a little more confidence this time than I did. Well, last time I had a lot of confidence, but I feel better about this game. I think there's a lot to be said about a team that's playing with some desperation, which is BYU, and some revenge. They were embarrassed. And also, it's a neutral site game. Even though it's in Texas, you're not playing against the home crowd, technically.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of BYU fans coming out for that.
And I think that home crowd played a big difference, like that fumble and that punt. That was totally an environment thing, I think. Like, Parker Kingston probably, he's dropped some punts before, but he might not drop that punt if there's not, that many people yelling at him. So I think this game's got a different vibe for me, so I'm hoping the Cougs can win.
Who's your X factor if we win? Who is it going to have to be?
Well, I think it's going to be, not to be lazy, but I think it's going to be Bear Bachmeier.
That's kind of what I was thinking, too.
I think last time we just, it seemed like we were playing scared. Like, we've seen a lot this year where A-Rod's, trying to protect Bear from having to make too many throws, but against Texas Tech, we ran the ball a lot, and we didn't throw the ball a lot. And I think Bear's got to sling that thing today.
Yep, and Texas Tech's not going to let any run go through, so you have to throw.
LJ's going to fight for a couple yards. He'll get us a couple first downs, but he can't do it all.
You might also add in, I like Bear, that's kind of what I was thinking, but maybe I'll also add in Chase Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't had as good of a year statistically this year, mostly because I feel like teams have been covering him a little better.
Totally.
But if he can get free for a couple big plays, I think that would be a huge benefit to the team.
Yeah, we've had a problem with drops this year too. Like the last Texas Tech game, JoJo Phillips had a pass that he went right through his hands. Carson Ryan had one too. So those guys got to pull in the passes this week too. I think that's a good point. So the Cougs win the ESPN Invitational. Did you watch those games?
Yeah, I did. Who did we beat?
Miami and Dayton. Yeah.
Dayton looked good.
They looked really good. Yeah.
They looked good.
Yeah. I think it's kind of exciting that I just feel like every week BYU just gets better and better. Which is what you want. You want to be playing your best basketball in March, so we're kind of leading up to it in conference play. So.
Yeah, Kennard Davis came back too.
I'm actually shocked, but pleasantly surprised. So.
But he's been playing very well.
Yeah.
Honestly, our fourth best player probably.
Oh, easily, yeah. Maybe Kaba. They're both.
Okay, Kaba, our fourth best scorer. How about that?
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, Kaba's very good.
Yeah, Kaba and Kennard Davis round out our starting lineup just really beautifully. And we're gonna have to figure out some things with our bench now that our boy Dawson Baker's out for the season.
I know, it's so sad. He's too good to have to deal with these injuries.
And I think that's probably the end of his basketball career, unfortunately for him.
Unless you count the church gyms.
Yeah. Yeah, he could be on our coaching staff. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be great recruiting.
But really sad.
Yeah.
But opens up. We have a lot of great talent, so hopefully it opens up opportunities for some of our other younger guys. So.
Yeah, but I was really impressed. Dayton gave us a challenge.
Yeah.
We went down by 10 after the first half.
Yeah.
And I think BYU went on a 22-2 run. Just came storming back. I love that we're a great second half team and dominating, but I do want to see us be a good first half team as well.
I don't know what it is in the air, but our football and basketball is just second half teams
I know,
start slow.
I'll take what I can get. They played really well, and just hopefully we just keep building off it, kind of building our chemistry as a team because they're all playing together for the first time, really.
Yeah, totally. BYU number 10, Ken Palm right now, number 9 in the country, 7-1. So this is exciting.
Only lost to UConn. That's pretty good.
We'll take that. So pretty exciting. We still got a lot to prove. Once conference play starts, Houston has looked not as good as they have, I think, but it's early, so you never know. Houston's always good. So
Arizona's looked very good.
Really good. Iowa State's looked great. The Big 12 is back to being supreme in college basketball. Last year we took a quick break for the SEC to shine, but the Big 12 I think is back on top this year.
Well, last year, even though Kansas wasn't as good, like Texas Tech, didn't they make it to the championship game? Arizona was still a good tournament team. BYU was still a good tournament team.
Yeah.
Houston's always been great. They were Final Four team, Houston.
Yeah.
So I don't think we necessarily even took a year off,
Yeah, I think it was just because you had Florida, Auburn, Tennessee was really good. Kentucky.
Yeah, I guess they probably had more teams in the tournament, but we had more teams further in the tournament.
We're a great conference basketball-wise.
But it's good to see Big 12 doing well.
Totally, it's exciting.
Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the Tuned In Jazz podcast. Check out our past couple episodes. We've talked about every game so far this year. Talked about our boy Keontae George and his breakout season. We've talked about the rookies and everything going on with the Jazz thus far. Make sure to follow us on all Spotify platforms, Apple, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. We'll stick with you throughout the rest of the season, breaking down all the Jazz games and everything Jazz. Yeah, make sure to have a great week and take care. Peace.